Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Well, it's 5 o'clock straight up. Say it ain't so.
Oh, it's so. Look at that.
Oh, you're taking a live look at Hadlock Field in Portland this morning, where despite the snow, the Sea Dogs are preparing to kick off their 2015 season tonight.
Good Day Maine's Brad Rogers is at Hadlock this morning. He'll be joining us soon with a look ahead to tonight's game.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jeff Peterson, alongside Courtney Cabot, meteorologist Amanda Jellig, and Mother Nature outside, hey, with a late April Fool's joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke at all. It's happening, and luckily it's moving out eventually. A couple more hours, right, Amanda?
Right, slowly but surely. So, you know what, and the good news for the game tonight, at least the snow came during the overnight, so they have time to clear it out, because by game time it's looking to be mostly cloudy with just a few scattered snow showers. As for this morning, well, the heaviest of the snow continuing to roll through the area. Roadways definitely very slippery starting off, but again, at least this is going to be the heaviest that we're going to see for today. As for temperatures, well, waking up certainly chilly, but this is actually bringing us right near our seasonal average. And with the clouds sticking around this morning, we're not going to see them dropping off too much. I guess the silver line for our temperatures. We are all in the upper end of the 20s, 29 right now in Portland, 28 in Sanford, up through Freiburg, Lewiston, and Brunswick. So what to expect later on? Well, the snow will gradually come to an end by this afternoon. Again, just scattered areas of possibly freezing rain. Again, very light though. And highs today are only going to be in the mid to upper 30s, but I'm tracking a warm up and some sunshine. I'll let you know when to expect that coming up.
5:02, guilty on all 30 counts. This morning, Boston Marathon bomber Zohar Tsarnaev is convicted of all 30 counts against him. Now he waits to see if he'll receive the death penalty or life in prison. The second phase of the trial could begin as early as Monday, when it will be up to the jury to determine his fate. Defense attorneys will present new evidence and call on experts to try to save Tsarnaev's life. From the beginning, the defense has conceded Tsarnaev was pressured into carrying out the attacks by his older brother Tamerlan, who later died in a shootout with police. Prosecutors are expected to call on even more victims as they make their case for the death penalty. If the jury does not unanimously vote for the death penalty, Tsarnaev will get life in prison without parole. Now, coming up at 5:30 here on Good Day Maine, we'll hear from some of the victims of the marathon bombing, their reaction to the verdict, and the closure they hope that this will bring to the city. Jurors in the Aaron Hernandez trial will resume deliberations this morning. The former Patriots player is charged with murder in the shooting death of Odin Lloyd in 2013. Defense attorneys suggest Hernandez may have witnessed the shooting, but blames the death on his co-defendant. If convicted of murder, Hernandez could face life in prison.
A South Carolina police officer charged with murder is now fired. But this morning, questions remain about just what happened in the moments before and after the shooting. Video captured by a passerby shows Officer Michael Slager shooting a man in the back as he runs away. The man ended up dying. The officer is charged with murder. But this morning, the questions center around a taser found at the scene and whether or not there was a struggle between the two men before the shooting. The man who shot the video says he saw the two men struggle and he heard the sound of the taser go off. A small memorial now stands at the spot where the victim died.
Portland police say two men are charged with breaking into a home while a 16-year-old girl was hiding in the closet. Police say it happened on Luke Street late Tuesday morning. They say the mother of the 16-year-old called them, saying the teen told her two men broke in through the upstairs window using a ladder. The teen locked herself in a closet until police arrived. Officers arrested 22-year-old Kevin McCarran and 21-year-old Tyler Diaz. They were both found in the basement of the home. Police say they were carrying stolen items as well. A man accused of sexually assaulting 3 women in Maine is now back in New Hampshire. 21-year-old James Banks of Portsmouth is accused of targeting escorts through the website Backpage.com. Police say he arranged to meet them, then sexually assaulted the women. Banks was arrested in Kittery and faces felony charges for sexual assault, strangulation, and kidnapping. He is being held on $150,000 bail. An accident on the Mid-Coast kills an elderly man. Now deputies are trying to figure out whether a medical condition may have caused the crash. It happened Wednesday morning on Route 27 in Booth Bay. Deputies say the 73-year-old driver left the road and hit a utility pole. The man died by the time rescue crews arrived. His name has not been released at this time.
Controversy over a bill that would allow legal gun owners in Maine to conceal those weapons without an additional permit. Now police are speaking out against the proposal. Under current Maine law, to carry a concealed weapon, you need a permit issued by a police chief. must not have a criminal record, and must complete a gun safety training program. Many members of law enforcement say they're not against the right to bear arms, but say eliminating this process would put both officers and the public in danger.
As law enforcement officers, quite frankly, we treat everyone until proven differently that they're carrying a firearm. But I would hate to see the general public having to do that as well.
This isn't a proposal that changes who can carry. It doesn't change where people can carry. It doesn't change when people can carry. All it changes is how people can carry, and that's while wearing a jacket.
The so-called constitutional carry is already on the books in 5 states, including Vermont. While many members of law enforcement oppose this bill, the measure has 96 co-sponsors, more than half the state legislature.
New this morning, the Secret Service faces yet another scandal. The Washington Post reports a female employee accused a supervisor of assault after he made sexual advances toward her. According to the report, the woman told investigators that during a party, Xavier Morales told her he was in love with her, wanted to have sex with her, and then tried to kiss her in the office. Sources told the paper during the incident he grabbed her arms when she resisted, and the two tussled until Morales gave up. A Secret Service spokesperson confirms Morales was placed on administrative leave and his security clearance was suspended.
New overnight, incredible video shows a subway in New York City flooding because of a water main burst. The water soaked the 14th Street subway station and flooded some streets. Service was canceled in both directions and the water shut off. Hundreds of people were evacuated from the subway train. Crews are now making repairs to the broken water main. Good Day Maine is on your side this morning with a hummus recall from possible contamination with listeria. Sabra Dipping Company is recalling 30,000 cases of hummus. The nationwide recall is voluntary, and so far no illnesses caused by hummus have been reported.
It's opening day at Hadlock Field. The Sea Dogs are preparing to kick off their season right here in Portland. Good Day Maine's Brad Rogers is live on the field this morning. And Brad, a lot of work going into getting this field ready in time.
Yeah, it certainly is. I tell you, it wasn't that long ago that the crews here at Hadlock Field cleared this snow off from the winter storms, and now they have to do it all over again. And it's not just the field. They've got to clear all the snow off of all the seats here as well for the fans tonight. With me right now is Courtney Rague, and she's one of the promotions coordinators here for the Sea Dogs. Are we going to play baseball tonight?
You know, we're very optimistic that we will. We still have a full day ahead of us, so no telling at this time.
And I see you've got the tarp, looks like over the whole infield right now as well. It's kind of protecting the infield anyway.
Yes, absolutely. We put that on at about 5 o'clock yesterday, last night.
How excited is everybody for the season to start?
It's been a long winter. We've prepared a lot, and we put a lot of time and effort into this off season. We're extremely excited for the season to begin.
This has to be a little disheartening, doesn't it, to see this snow on opening day now?
You know, it is, but at the same time, again, we're still really excited for the season to begin. So we have a full day ahead of us. You never know what can happen at this point. So
yeah, I was wondering if the snow might turn into rain and help you kind of clear part of this field yourself by melting some of this snow away. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. Absolutely.
And the team, what are they doing today to kind of get prepared? They just have kind of in waiting mode to see if the game's going to be on? Are they going to be practicing? What's going to
You know, they'll prep, do what they usually do on game day. They have indoor batting cages and stuff, and they'll stretch, and they'll do all their normal game day stuff, and we'll see what happens to the field.
And game time tonight is?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. sharp right here. All right, well, let's hope so.
Absolutely.
Keeping our fingers crossed. Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
I tell you, well, you heard it from her. We are hoping for baseball tonight. We'll just have to kind of wait and see at this point. But the crews should be out here shortly. We are live at Hadlock Field in Portland. Brad Rogers for Good Day Maine. Back to you guys.
Instead of baseballs, they may be throwing snowballs tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And by the way, we've got baseball fever right here at CBS 13, partly because it's a sure sign warmer weather's on the way.
Yeah, minus the snow, if you can overlook that. It is the subject of our Facebook question of the day this morning. We're asking, what is your favorite stadium food? You can weigh in on our page on Facebook, and we'll share some of your comments in the next hour.
Peanuts, popcorn, and Cracker Jacks.
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go. All
Peanuts
right.
and beer.
Hey, 5:10 right now. You got it. Targeted for your tax refund.
The latest scam hitting Mainers and what it could mean for those of you who haven't filed yet. Plus, what to do if you get a suspicious call.
Keeping tenants and rental properties safe.
Next on Good Day Maine, how fire officials are working with landlords in Biddeford and the one thing they want renters to know when it comes to liability.
And look at the live pictures right now. That's Portland. Currently in Portland is 29 degrees. Other temperatures to talk about. Rumford 28. Sanford 28, and good morning all you folks in Burnley, New Hampshire. You're at 27.
About 1.5 inches of snow fell overnight in Portland, so good luck this morning. You might have to scrape off your car a little bit before you hit the road. Amanda Jellig will let us know when the sun will return, the snow will move on out, and temperatures will warm up.
Now, your Good Day Maine Weather Authority forecast.
All right, welcome back. A good snowy Thursday morning, everyone. Now, the snow continues to fall. The heaviest and most widespread showers, though, rolling through early this morning. So this is a live look in Portland right now, where the snow just continues to fall. So definitely not very welcoming, but at least we do have a light at the end of the tunnel, especially for the weekend. Now, this is all still stemming from the same system that has been bringing us the increased cloud cover for the beginning of the week, and it's trailing on into the end of the week as well. So again, heavy snow for this morning. Just off to our west, though, here's our next system. Now, that's going to be moving across the area as a warm front first, and that's going to bring us mild temperatures, more rain, but we also do have a cold front that's also going to continue to sweep across the area over the next several days, but bringing it a little bit closer right now so we can see through the overnight and even continuing still this morning, the widespread snow showers moving through. So roadway is definitely very slick. Give yourself some extra time. As for temperatures, well, 29 degrees right now and still certainly a bit on the breezy side. So we're not seeing anything in the way of change for our temperatures or our wind speeds, just certainly our sky conditions. Now, across the board, fairly consistent temperatures. We are all holding on to the upper 20s, 28 from Sanford through Freiburg, Lewiston, and Brunswick. Still 29 here in Portland. Portsmouth, though, still holding on to the lower 30s. Now, with these temperatures in the upper 20s and lower 30s, we have more of the heavy, wet snow. So definitely making everything very slick this morning and breezy. So we are feeling certainly a bit cooler than where our temperatures actually are. So with the clouds sticking around, we're not going to see any big temperature decreases this morning. We're also not going to see any warm-ups either. But the snow will gradually come to an end through the late morning and more so by the afternoon. But we still have a chance for some scattered wintry, well, it's looking to be a scattered wintry mix that's going to pop up. Nothing widespread and certainly not going to be nearly as heavy as everything this morning. Just something to watch out for throughout the day. Here is that latest cold front as it continues to get closer to the area. All of this is going to be impacting the area on Friday. So we have a slippery and wet commute this morning. It's going to be the same case for tomorrow as all the rain and even the rain and sleet move in. Sleet more so predominantly through the mountains, but that's all going to move out and lingering for the very early hours of Saturday, and then finally sunshine and a warm up for the weekend. Until then, though, another cloudy, cool, and wet day ahead of us. Highs only in the mid to upper 30s and breezy with winds out of the east up to 15 miles per hour. It's definitely not feeling not like April for today, but upper 30s today. Once that warm front lifts, we're going to be in the upper 40s, near 50 degrees on Friday, and then finally, there's that sun coming right on out for the weekend, and temperatures are increasing to the mid to upper 50s, lower 60s further inland. So you'll finally be able to dodge the heavy coat, but not for today. You're going to definitely be needing it. Courtney.
Thanks, Amanda. Landlords gathered in Biddeford working to make sure a fire like the deadly arson that killed 2 men last year doesn't happen again. Last night, landlords and fire officials met to go over their concerns. Biddeford's deputy fire chief says one of his biggest concerns is tenants removing batteries from smoke detectors. He says when tenants remove the batteries, they actually become liable.
The tenant admits to removing the smoke detector, then they get a visit from us and they get issued court paperwork. That's one thing I do not stand for. It's their lives at risk. They just don't understand. They need to maintain those smoke detectors.
Last year, 2 men died in an apartment building fire where there were code violations, including no working smoke detectors and no fire escape from the attic. Firefighters will take feedback from landlords and try to figure out when another forum should be held.
A man is rescued after the Coast Guard says he fell off a ferry in Portland Harbor and spent 20 minutes in the frigid water. The Coast Guard says 55-year-old John Riccio was on the Peaks Island ferry when it fell overboard Tuesday afternoon. Coast Guard says Riccio spent nearly 20 minutes in the 38-degree water before he was finally rescued by a fishing boat.
The gentleman was very lucky that this boat happened to be in the right place at the right time because the water is very cold, and was fortunate that they were able to save him.
Riccio was treated for hypothermia at the Maine Medical Center. The incident is now under investigation. Well, a principal charged with drunk driving is now issuing an apology to his district. Police arrested York Middle School principal Dave Williams on Saturday and charged him with OUI. According to a statement sent to CBS 13, Williams says he spoke with students in small groups Monday about what happened and, quote, left them know I care about them very much and that I was sorry for letting them down.
A disgusting discovery is now under investigation in western Maine this morning. Game wardens say these buckets were filled with dirty adult diapers. Officials say the bright orange 5-gallon Home Depot buckets containing human waste are being left in streams in Farmington and Wilton. Wardens say they found a total of 24 buckets in Wilson and Temple streams and in the woods on Voter Hill Road. They say the waste isn't just bad for fish, but it's bad for people too.
These streams are bodies of water that we stock our state fish in. Putting trash in these bodies of water is not only bad for fish, but it's just bad for people.
My kids enjoy fishing here and we'd like to keep the fish here.
If you have any information, call the game warden's office. 5:20, a passionate debate over vaccinating children. What both sides had to say during an event last night right here in our WGME studios.
Surviving, but just barely. How Maine's Dan Foley did last night and why he'll be part of the show until the very end.
And here we are taking a look outside Portland this morning where it's 29 degrees and the roads are a bit slick.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. You're watching Good Day Maine on this Thursday morning on CBS 13. Good luck with that morning commute out there.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Here is a look at what's trending today. Barry Manilow apparently knows how to keep a secret. The legendary singer is reportedly married and has been since last year.
That's right. According to People magazine, sources say Manilow married his longtime manager, Gary Keefe, in a private ceremony. The wedding was apparently held at the entertainer's Palm Springs home last year, and around 24 people attended. The magazine reports the nuptials were so secretive that the guests thought they were just there for lunch. Manilow's representative is not commenting on the marriage.
Well, congrats to Barry and Gary. A group pushing to get a female face on American currency is giving you a chance to vote for who should replace Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill.
Yeah, the top picks are Eleanor Roosevelt, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, and Wilma Mankiller. The group called Women on 20s is pushing to get a female face on American currency by the year 2020. The group is petitioning the president and Congress to make the change by the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote. Why not?
Yeah, I think it's great. Well, stick it around for at least another week. Gorham's Dan Foley barely survives being sent home.
Dan. Haley. Haley. That's 5 votes Haley, 4 votes Dan. 8th person voted out and the first member of our jury, Haley.
See ya, Haley. So not only does Dan Foley, a postal worker from Gorham, by the way, survive, even if he does lose this season, he'll get to be on Survivor's jury when they decide the winner.
He just made it. Did you see the suspense while they were making that decision?
Oh, it's the dramatic music in the background.
I know, and then the looks, everyone's
Yeah, I know,
looking at each other. Well, country music fans, listen up. Here's your chance to see Sugarland's Christian Bush in concert for free this summer.
Had everybody's attention at the word free. CBS 13 is holding a contest for, get this, not just 2 free tickets, also round-trip airfare and a hotel stay for 2 nights to see him in Atlanta coming up on August 1st.
Just head to our website, WGME.com, for more information.
Well, it's coming up on 5/27, protecting your tax refund.
The new scam that's targeting Mainers this morning. What you need to know in order to keep your refund safe and what you should do if you get a suspicious phone call.
And I'm live at Hadlock Field this morning where it is snowing. It's supposed to be opening day for the Portland Sea Dogs, but will it? We'll talk to the Sea Dogs next.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on Good Day Maine. Well, it's a slippery start to your Thursday. Much of the state seeing a couple inches of spring snow overnight.
Yeah, that's making for a slippery commute right now. Want to take an extra couple of minutes on your way out the door today. Got to scrape off the window and walk through the snow. Get your boots out. I'd love to say it's exciting. It's a Thursday. We're looking forward to Friday. But man, come on.
Yeah.
We walked out the door this morning, looked out at the snow, even though we knew it was coming, and we're still like, oh.
Well, I mean, it is January 9th. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's April
Just kidding.
9th.
It's April 9th.
April.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the exact thing that I did when I looked at my car. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
really?
I could hear some howling wind when I woke up. I thought it was my neighbors just talking, but nope, it was that wind just banging against the wall.
It really is. So everything very slippery. You definitely will want to grab your boots. Also, visibilities are low as well because of the snow. Here in Portland, only at 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles in Sanford and Augusta, 2 miles in Rockland and Wiscasset. So you'll definitely want to give yourself some extra time. Now, the good news with this system, you can say it as good news, it's moving out by later on today. So we're seeing the heaviest of the snow and the most widespread snow showers for these early morning hours and even during the overnight. So at least all you have to do is shovel out just a little bit for this morning, and then we're otherwise going to remain mostly cloudy with a chance for some scattered sleet by the afternoon and early evening. Again, very scattered. As for temperatures, 29 here in Portland, 28 from Sanford up through Freiburg and Lewiston and Brunswick. Augusta right now at 27. We're not going to see temperatures drop off too much. We're going to hold on to the mid to upper 20s, and highs today are only going to be in the mid to upper 30s. So you want the boots and the heavy coat once again for today. It's still definitely winter time around here.
Mother Nature's not looking at the calendar, huh?
No, I think Mother Nature got lost somewhere.
Yeah, she's been in kind of like a foul mood all season.
She's been in a really foul mood, but she gets in a better mood by the weekend.
Well, let's hope hopefully she gets in a good mood coming up during the later spring months and also summer, okay?
Right now, hopefully so.
There you go.
Well, as the snow falls this morning, the River Flow Committee will be meeting today in Augusta to determine the potential for flooding across the state.
Estimates earlier this spring showed the heavy snowfall this year could mean very high water in parts of Maine. All eyes this morning are on the major rivers, especially the Kennebec and Androscoggin rivers. Well, getting back to our coverage of the Dzhokhar Tsarnaev trial now, yesterday's guilty verdict reopened wounds and brought back memories for those who saw the bombings and the following chaos firsthand. John Mixon was at the finish line on April 15, 2013, when the bombs went off, along with his friend Carlos Arredondo, who became known as the man in the cowboy hat. They both rushed to help others, pulling back barricades, helping get people to safety. Mixon says he knew Tsarnaev would be found guilty, but hearing it made him think of the victims and their families.
You know, I think more about, the people that were hurt and, the people that were killed there than the actual day there. It still seems surreal to me anyways that it happened. I couldn't have thought of anything differently. I just think that it would have, I wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I didn't.
Mixon says whether Tsarnaev gets the death penalty or life in prison, he hopes it brings solace to the families and victims. Mainers Tom Tritek and Bob Dunphy both finished the marathon 15 minutes before the bombs went off. They've replayed that day in their minds every day since. Both men say the sounds of crying, screaming, and constant sirens are something they'll never be able to forget. They've both been keeping up with the trial and patiently awaiting a verdict. They've relieved Tsarnaev was found guilty on all 30 counts, but they wish this would have happened sooner.
I think it's long overdue. He's admitted that he did it. There's proof that he's done it. To try to blame it on his brother and he was just following his lead, it's just a feeble attempt at trying to get away from what he actually did.
I wish the case had happened sooner, more like weeks after the event.
Dunphy says he doesn't believe in capital punishment and would like to see Tsarnaev sentenced to life in prison. Tritek, on the other hand, would like to see the death penalty. And by the way, Mainers will be at this year's event. That's coming up a week from Monday, and many of them will be running the race. CBS 13 and Fox 23 will introduce you to those who are at the heart of the race, from the elite runners to those training for the first time. Join us for a live one-hour special from Boston. That's Sunday, April 19th, starting at 11 a.m. on CBS 13. And the marathon, of course, is coming up on April 20th.
Happening today, Portland city leaders will explain the city's new anti-waste initiatives, which go into effect next week. Those initiatives include a ban on foam packaging and a 5-cent fee on disposable shopping bags. Tonight, city leaders will team up with conservationists and store managers to explain the new rules and how they'll be applied. The initiatives go into effect Wednesday. Later tonight, Cape Elizabeth's Committee on Solid Waste and Recycling will seek input from the community on its transfer station. A public input session will be held at City Hall tonight to go over what people want to change about the town's current recycling situation. This comes after a man died at the transfer station back in November. A vehicle backing up ran into him as he was dropping off his trash.
All right, everybody's whistling and singing, "Take me out to the ball game." Can you believe this? Amanda, may not be baseball weather outside this morning, but it is the home opener. It's on the calendar. Of course, we're talking about April 9th for the Sea Dogs to play out at Hadlock Field.
That's right. So they're going to have definitely a very busy morning clearing the snow from the field and the seats, but they definitely have time before tonight's game.
Good Day Maine's Brad Rogers is live at Hadlock Field. Now, Brad, the weather, not really what they were hoping for.
No, it's not at all. I tell you, they just got through clearing the field not too long ago of all the snow from the winter storms, and now they have to do it all over again. We know the groundskeeper is going to be here in the next half hour or so to kind of assess things, and then the crews will start clearing the snow starting around 9 o'clock today. With me right now is Chris Cameron from the Portland Sea Dogs, and Chris, this has to be a little disheartening out here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating, knowing that our grounds crew worked so hard to clear all the snow off the field. We had it ready to go, and then, of course, on opening day, Mother Nature has other plans. But, we've got a talented grounds crew. We're going to have them in here. We're going to work on the field. We'll see if there's any way possible that we can play tonight, and, we'll be evaluating throughout the day and see what we can do.
And it's not just the field, too. I mean, you got all the seats that have to be cleared as well. Are people supposed to bring a towel tonight?
Well, the good news with this weather, the Sea Dog biscuits aren't going to melt. The beer stays cold, so, let's play two.
That'd be awesome. How's the team doing itself? They've seen the Red Sox, their opening day. They've got to be excited to get out on the field.
Yeah, they are ready to go. They come up from Florida. It's a little bit of a culture shock with the weather change, but they love baseball, and they can't wait to get the season going. It's a pretty talented team this year, so we're excited to see what they can do.
And then I know the field itself, how long will it take, you feel like, to kind of clear all the snow out of here?
Well, back in 2007, we actually got a foot of snow on opening day, and we played 3 days later. 1 to 3 inches, I don't think will be too much of a problem for us. So, hopefully we'll be playing baseball very shortly here.
Well, we'll have to stay tuned. All right, Chris Cameron, thanks so much. And as you heard him say, we're just not sure if we're going to be able to play tonight. We'll have to keep watching here, and Wooly will certainly let you know that. We are live at Hadlock Field this morning. Brad Rogers for Good Day Maine. Back to you guys.
Unbelievable seeing that snow in the background at Hadlock Field.
Covering all the seats in the field.
Yeah, and by the way, baseball is the subject of our Facebook question of the day this morning.
We want to know, what's your favorite food to eat at a baseball stadium? You can weigh in on our page on Facebook. All right, so what are we thinking here? Food? Peanuts?
Peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks. We got it all.
Burgers.
Moi going with the fried dough, okay?
Ooh, that sounds good.
With lots of powdered sugar on top. Absolutely.
I love the peanuts because you can, get a bag and it'll last you the whole game.
I need the sausage with all the peppers and
everything
the dressing,
on it.
everything on it, getting messy. Ugh, it's like the heart of baseball for me.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to bring Brad Rogers back here. And Brad, I'm sure maybe a hot cup of coffee would be good for you here this morning, huh?
Exactly. I've had about everything I think imaginable at a ballpark, peanuts and everything else, but I just love the hot dogs. I can't watch baseball unless I get a hot dog in my hand.
I would agree.
Yeah, really.
Completely agree with you, Brad.
Really all part of the American tradition right there.
Yeah, just lots of mustard and ketchup on there, and some relish too, All right, 5:39 now here on Good Day Maine on CBS 13. Hey, a Your Voice, Your Future special report on CBS 13. A town hall debate on a topic that is getting a lot of attention in Maine, vaccines and children.
Oh, I think you're doing a great job actually tonight in having this kind of forum, and I applaud you for that actually. So.
Well, for an hour and a half last night, experts from both sides of the vaccine debate talked about the issues. Vaccine proponents say the simple steps most of us take with our kids saves lives, while critics charge we don't know enough about the possible side effects of the shots.
I've had 1 million vaccines, probably more than anyone in this audience. I've had rabies, the lot. But I dodged the bullet. Not everybody gets to do that. And we have now 10% of our kids are neurologically impaired, and we don't know why.
I mean, I've seen a lot more children and know of a lot more children with autism than we ever saw 25 or so years ago. But I also believe that it's been very clear that vaccines are not causing our autism epidemic.
By the way, you can watch the debate on our website anytime. A friendly reminder, that is WGME.com.
The deadline to file your taxes is next Wednesday, and as the clock is ticking, some people here in Maine are paying taxes on their income not once, but twice, and they may not even know it. It's an issue CBS 13 has been investigating and first told you about last month. As Good Day Maine's John Chrysos reports, one lawmaker says she now has a plan to fix it.
I absolutely was not aware of it, and I was just shocked. Because
Republican State Representative Beth Turner says the income tax rules in Maine just don't add up. And here's why. If you worked in another state and retired to Maine, you could be paying taxes on your income twice.
Oh, it is unfair. A lot of us fell in love with Maine, and we came up here and moved here to retire.
Retired teacher Paul Reinbold spent 25 years of his career teaching in Massachusetts schools before he and his wife moved to Maine 10 years ago.
They were taxed when they were working on those contributions, then being taxed again in their new state in retirement when they receive it as a pension. It's an inequity in the system.
For years now, Massachusetts Retirees United has been pushing Maine to fix the system, saying about 800 Massachusetts retired teachers are living in Maine and being unfairly taxed. And now that fix might just happen. Representative Turner's bill says pension income that's already been taxed in another state would be tax-free in Maine.
so they would not be taxed again on the same money that they've already paid.
Another possible solution comes as part of Governor LePage's tax reform plan. His proposal says already taxed pension income up to $35,000 would not be taxed again.
This would certainly shield much more of that from being double taxed. In many cases, it'll probably eliminate that double tax altogether.
That was John Chrysos reporting.
Maine state retirees moving to many other states, including Massachusetts, are in the same situation, taxed twice on the same pension income. Experts say if Representative Turner's bill passes, Maine's pensions would be tax exempt in Massachusetts because that state offers reciprocity. Representative Turner says she hasn't heard any opposition to her bill. In fact, Democrats and Republicans are both co-sponsoring it.
Good Day Maine is on your side this morning with a warning about scams that are cheating taxpayers out of their returns. Scammers can use Social Security numbers of people who haven't yet filed their taxes. When that taxpayer does file, the IRS has already mailed a check to the scammer. If scammers don't have access to your Social Security card, they often will make phone calls posing as IRS agents, threatening arrests if you don't pay them. If you receive one of those calls, you should contact police immediately.
A Mainer wins a chance to go on a shopping spree, but she had to move quickly because the clock was ticking.
On your mark, get set, go! Go, Julie!
Look at her go. Julie Howard had 30 seconds to put whatever she could in her shopping cart. This was the second annual Great Grocery Giveaway at Tozer's Family Market in Searsport. Howard says her strategy was to move quickly and think big.
I kind of ran around my house with a 30-second count off just to see how much time it would be. It's not much time. Just to get high price items as fast as I could. Everybody I talked to advised me, go to the meat first, so I pretty much went there first.
Howard ended up with about $270 worth of groceries. Jeff, I would have hit the organic aisle.
The organic aisle. You know what? Just get as much of one thing as you can.
All in there.
If you have 30 seconds, just grab, she was right there by the detergent, just throw as many as you can in there.
Yeah.
Even if it's 50 of them right there.
Can you do cosmetics in that, or is it only food probably?
Whatever's at the grocery store.
Yeah, just throw it all in your cart.
I guess. Hey, New York's long-awaited and anticipated One World Observatory will open to the public coming up on May 29th.
Tickets went on sale yesterday to the One World Observatory website. The observatory sits on levels 100 to 102 of the One World Trade Center.
Visitors will enjoy panoramic views of New York from 1,200 feet above ground. You can reach the observatory via special elevators that travel to the 102nd floor in less than a minute.
Just a beautiful building right there.
Yeah, and that will be a tough ticket to get, by the way. 5:44 now, only 4 teams remain in college hockey.
How a Mainer hopes to bring a national title to Providence.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Well, welcome back to Good Day Maine. We do have a number of school delays this morning, especially in western Maine. We're scrolling those at the bottom of your screen right now.
Yeah, we're also keeping our eye on a number of accidents in the greater Portland area. And Amanda, let's be honest, with the snow on there, folks thought winter was over, at least on the calendar. But, you got to take it easy out there.
You really do, and it doesn't take a lot of snow on the roadways to make them very slick. And I mean, in Portland, we got about a little over an inch and a half right now, but very, very slippery. So here's a live look. We can continue to see the snow as it's falling down. Now, we're not in the clear just yet, but at least we did see some of the heaviest and the most widespread showers during the overnight and even early this morning. Now, that's all going to gradually taper off by later on today. We're still going to remain mostly cloudy, and then later on we have another disturbance, which is going to bring us very scattered areas of freezing rain. Now, that's not going to be nearly as heavy as what we're experiencing for these early morning hours, just something to keep in mind. So again, give yourself some extra time. To our west, though, this is our next system. This will all continue to track just off to the east, and that is going to be bringing with it even more rain and more freezing rain, but that's not coming until tomorrow. So what we're dealing with today, well, zooming in just a bit further, we can see still the widespread snow showers continuing to impact the area. Now, all of this is stemming from the same disturbance, which has been bringing us increased cloud cover earlier in the week, and even the rain and the freezing rain. So still here to stay. Temperatures, well, we're near average, 29 degrees in Portland. Bit breezy, though, with winds out of the northeast. So temperatures feeling about 10 degrees cooler than where we actually are. So with the boots, grab the heavy coat. You're going to be needing it throughout the day. So with the mostly cloudy skies this morning, we're not going to cool off very much, but by this afternoon, with them lingering, we're not looking at any kind of warm up. So wind speeds right now, 13 miles per hour here in Portland, anywhere between 5 and about 13 for these early morning hours. Now they will be picking up, especially by the afternoon also. A look at Storm Tracker. So by the late morning, more so by the afternoon, that's when all the snow is gradually going to track well to our east and off to the south, remaining mostly cloudy. And again, a chance for some isolated areas of freezing rain and possibly even sleet. That's going to be the case through later on tonight. Now, through the overnight, we're looking to get a little bit of a break from all this, but for early Friday morning, it's going to be another wet commute as the warm front lifts and our next cold front continues to get even just a bit closer. So for your morning, here we are at about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Rain for the most part along the coast, freezing rain and sleet more so through the mountains, and that's looking to last into Friday evening as well. A chance to see some scattered showers early Saturday. So for today, bringing it on back, mostly cloudy, rain-snow mixture. Highs only in the mid to upper 30s, bringing us well below average once again. But that's been the trend all week long. Here is finally some relief by the weekend. Until the weekend, though, we'll get through the snow today. Friday, we do have the rain and the sleet moving in. Temperatures increasing, though, to the upper 40s. That'll be a nice change. And then we're going to be in the mid to upper 50s by Saturday and Sunday, and looking to be melting a decent amount of the snow that we're getting today. Jeff.
The Frozen Four, college hockey's version of the Final Four, kicks off tonight at the TD Garden in Boston and will feature a Mainer in goal. South Portland native John Gillies will be between the pipes for Providence as the Friars open up the Frozen Four against the University of Nebraska Omaha. Now for Gillies, getting to the Frozen Four is good, but the job's not done.
I mean, we're one of 4 teams left in the country still practicing, and that's a pretty cool feat. It's a pretty cool accomplishment. But when you get to this point, you really want to take it all the way. So we're happy to be here, and we're proud to be here. But at the same time, that's not going to affect our work ethic or anything like that.
Well, the Friars and Mavericks will square off in Game 1 of the night at 5 o'clock tonight, and then you're going to have Boston University taking on North Dakota. That game starts at 8:30. Both those games, by the way, can be seen over on ESPN2.
5:53, catch of the day. The surprising catch of bobcat made along a Florida beach.
Hey, looking outside right now, and hey, if you haven't peeked out a window, peek out our window here, one of our sky cams. Snow on the ground. Again, lots of school delays. Make sure and check out WGME.com or the lower portion of your screen.
About 1.5 inches in Portland. The snow is still falling. It will be moving out eventually.
4 inches in Auburn this morning, too.
4 inches of snow. Definitely doesn't feel like spring out there. You're watching Good Day Maine on CBS 13.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
5:56 now. Check out this. A Florida man says he was walking along a beach this week when he watched a bobcat lunge, it was almost lunge, lunge at a shark and drag it to shore.
Yeah, that might be lunch. The man who took this picture says the bobcat saw him, drop the shark, and then ran off. Biologists think the shark is about 3 feet long. You can't make this up.
Wow.
A bobcat on a beach with a shark.
What a catch, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It certainly is. That's a big catch.
I almost wish he got the catch on video.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just a photo.
Well, I'm sure the guy taking the picture is like, I'm just going to get anything I want and get the heck out of there.
Probably so.
Good way to handle it.
All right, well, for this morning, certainly the snow continues to fall. Put some boots on the kids and a heavy coat before they head out the door. Temperatures are only going to be in the upper 20s through the morning. Highs today still well below average in the mid to upper 30s. Still remaining mostly cloudy, and then a chance for some scattered sleet and freezing rain by later on this afternoon and for the evening.
All right, we have much more news coming up in the next hour of Good Day Maine here on CBS 13. Here is Courtney Cabot with a preview.
Coming up all new at 6, check your refrigerator this morning. A new recall on hummus. Which brand is affected and what it could be contaminated with.
And we are live at Hadlock Field this morning where the snow is letting up a little bit. Next, we're going to talk to the head groundskeeper here to see if he can get the field ready in time for the Sea Dogs opening night.
Your next hour of Good Day Maine starts in just 2 minutes.